9 a.m. dogs gather around a body in an agricultural area. The villagers notify the police to arrive and discover that it is half the body of a girl in her 20s. The forensics has a very big role in this case, and this case in general is full of surprises. 1996 police and criminal lab forces moved to an area called Kenesa in Giza Governorate, based on a report of a body in an agricultural area. What they find is half a body. The body has burn marks and signs of decay. The question here is who owns this body, and who killed her, and where did the other half of the body go, and did the killing take place here in the agricultural area, specifically since it is an open and exposed place, and anyone who wants to commit a crime like this would never commit a crime in such an exposed place. The security forces found at that time, next to the body, all the clothes of the body and a watch. The entire surrounding agricultural area was examined in an attempt to find evidence, or at the beginning to search for the other half of the body. The forensic lab men started their work immediately and started collecting all the evidence surrounding the bodies in an attempt to find out any detail about the body. Fingerprints were lifted, and the body was sent to the forensic medicine department to try to find out the manner and time of death. At the same time, the detectives made an inventory of all the cases of absence, whether in the village or in the areas surrounding the village or at the level of the entire republic. Any case of absence was reported about a girl in her 20s. Indeed, the detectives found a report in the same village about the disappearance of a girl a week ago, and she was also in her 20s. But the first surprise in the case was that there was a report of the disappearance of a young man named Muhammad. After investigating Muhammad, they discovered that Muhammad's family are neighbors of the girl's family. After investigating Muhammad, who had completely disappeared, they discovered that he was a dangerous criminal and had drug cases against him. Therefore, all natural suspicions would point towards Muhammad specifically, that he disappeared at the same time as the girl's disappearance, and that he did not appear at all, and no one knows where he went. The suspicion at that time was that Muhammad was the one who committed the crime, and that he had fled. We reached the forensic report. The forensic report confirmed that the girl was killed with a sharp instrument. But the second surprise was that there were blood stains on the girl's clothes. These stains did not belong to the girl, but by comparing the DNA sample from the girl and the blood stain they found on the girl's clothes, they discovered that it had the same composition. Here, there was a very strange surprise. Where did this blood stain come from? All suspicions went towards Muhammad specifically. The witnesses confirmed that Muhammad was present in the girl's house and the family's house before the disappearance of both the girl and Muhammad a day ago. Therefore, suspicions were confirmed that Muhammad was the perpetrator. But we reached the second surprise. While the detectives were completing the search in the agricultural area in an attempt to find the other half of the body or any evidence that would help in revealing the crime, they found a second body. This second body turned out to be Muhammad, the first accused in the murder. Here, the case returns again to the same stage. The mystery that existed the first time, specifically that Muhammad's body was found in a place very far from the place where they found the half-body of this girl, and thus the case itself remained filled with a strange mystery. A person who all suspicions were directed at him as the killer, and at the same time, all the evidence was against him. 2 days later, his body was found, but in a place far from the place of the body. Because of the forensic report and the presence of a blood stain with a DNA composition similar to the girl's, this meant that the girl's family had to be investigated. Indeed, they were investigated one by one. Her sisters confirmed that they did not know anything about her, and her mother confirmed that she had disappeared and had not heard anything about her and was trying to find her. When she knew that she had been found murdered, it was the shock of her life for her. However, the detectives, because of the forensic report had increased their suspicions towards the girl's family until the third, final, and most important surprise appeared. One of the eyewitnesses confirmed that he had seen the brother of the murdered girl, whose name is Noor, was in the exact same crime scene on the same night, and when the detectives heard this information from the eyewitness, they summoned the girl's brother again and started investigating him from the beginning. After investigating him thoroughly and confronting him with the information they received from the forensic medicine department, the girl's brother started telling them in detail what happened, which is that Noor, the girl's brother, was suspicious of a relationship between the girl and Muhammad, the second victim, and he was watching them all the time, especially since the villagers were always hinting to him about the existence of something like this. So he kept watching them that day and went after them on the agricultural land until he found them entering an area called the huts area and hid inside. Noor quickly returned to his house and told his older brother that he saw their sister with Muhammad heading to the agricultural land and entering the huts area. His brother went and brought a knife and some books and went up to the place where his brother Noor told him that Muhammad and his sister were. They entered the place where they were sitting, and the first thing they hit their sister on the head with a rope, and the second brother tied Muhammad's neck in the same place. After their sister died, they cut her body into two halves. They buried the first half in the place where the security forces found it, and they threw the second half in a place very far from the agricultural land. Muhammad tried to escape from them and ran away from them and tried to untie the rope they had tied him with, but his brother ran after him and killed him in a place very far from the body's location. This explains why the detectives found Muhammad's body in a place very far from the place where they found the other half of the body of the girl who is their sister. After that, they returned home in disguise and tried to clean all their clothes from any traces of blood and slept in the house normally. The next day, they pretended that they discovered that their sister was not there. They went to the police and filed a missing persons report. When the mother found out that the ones who killed her daughter were her two brothers, she was very shocked and could not believe it. But in the end, her two sons said that they did it for the sake of shame. It is true that there are crimes. There are many mysteries and surprises in it, but the detectives, forensic medicine men, and the criminal laboratory always have modern and innovative ways to solve and uncover the secret of any crime, no matter what it is. Peace be upon you.